Elon Musk is famous for bringing the attention of the public to some questionable practices by major organizations with a single tweet, or at least for the opening of the box of Pandora about some of these public stock rating companies. And this is just what happened with Moody's. Despite a two-notch raise in January, Tesla remains at Ba1, the highest of the junk ratings at Moody's Corporation MCO. The agency implied that the company's credit rating might be upgraded to investment grade as soon as early next year. Well, it turned out that this may not be the case, as Tesla, headed by Elon Musk, fell off of the S&P 500 index of firms that excel at environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, concerns this very month. Although 34 other companies have also been removed from the index as part of its annual rearrangement, the company stands out for its emphasis on environmentally friendly transportation. Aren't electric cars all about the environment? Tesla is now rated BB+ by S&P, one notch below the investment grade. Tesla's investors are disappointed that rating agencies have assigned junk status to their beloved company's credit. Why is the rating increase important for Tesla? Well, the institutional investors who do not always invest in companies with a junk credit rating need an investment grade. This explains Tesla's lower institutional ownership compared to other major technology companies such as Apple or Amazon. René Lipsch, a Moody analyst, stated that the grounds for the junk rating are more qualitative than quantitative. The company's dependence on a limited product portfolio was highlighted as one of the reasons for the bleak outlook. It was also said that if Tesla effectively extends its worldwide footprint, maintains a strong competitive global presence, and enhances its product breadth, an update might be in the works. Moody's considers, among other things, Tesla's ability to maintain an EBITDA margin of at least 7%, a consistent conservative financial policy, and sufficient liquidity. Another Tesla advocate, Dave Lee, quoted by @TeslaBoomerMama's tweet, said that Moody's assertion that Tesla isn't at investment grade is ridiculous. Tesla's CEO directly responded to Lee's post, saying Moody's is irrelevant, continuing in his practice of making humorous and sometimes provocative statements. This isn't the first time Moody's and Elon Musk have made headlines together. Aside from Moody's downgrade of Tesla's credit rating, they also planned to reduce Twitter ratings in anticipation of Musk's acquisition of the social media network in April. Moody's claims that a firm will be regarded as a positive credit if it succeeds in strengthening its operations and diversifying away from its dependence on adverts, which typically produce roughly 90% of its income. It is worth stating that the S&P Dow Jones Index's head of ESG indices for North America wrote about it in a blog post on the 17th of May. According to Margaret Dorn, although Tesla's ESG score has stayed generally steady year on year, it has been outpaced by global industry rivals. The index provider listed numerous contributing causes to the shift, including alleged racial discrimination at one of the company's plants, which led to a lawsuit against Tesla by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. The corporation vehemently rejects all types of discrimination and harassment accusations. The case is unfair and unhelpful, especially when the claims concentrate on actions that occurred years ago. Tesla's CEO, Elon Musk, expressed his dissatisfaction with the index change, alleging that S&P Global ratings have lost their integrity. The world's wealthiest person objected that ExxonMobil, which has been embroiled in a scandal over climate denialism allegations, was placed at the top 10 for ESG. Still, his electric vehicle company was left off the list completely. This basically explains why Tesla dropped out of the S&P 500 ESG index. Let's delve deeper into what S&P 500 ESG index is and what companies are included in it. The S&P 500 ESG index, which was launched back in 2019, gauges the stock value of some of the top companies by market capitalization listed in the United States that fulfill specified sustainability standards. Its scope is comparable to the original S&P 500 index. Still, it intends to assist investors in selecting companies based on their commitment to strong ESG principles. The index's components are screened for their participation in businesses antagonistic to ESG aims, such as tobacco and contentious weapons manufacturing, as well as their scores under the United Nations Worldwide Compact, a global framework of corporate social responsibility. Finally, the index excludes companies with the lowest ratings compared to their peers. The ESG index is meant to provide a more realistic depiction of a company's corporate responsibility and obligations than what it says on its website. More than 300 companies from the original S&P 500 index are featured in the ESG rating, including Apple, Nvidia, JP Morgan Chase, and ExxonMobil. On the 2nd of May, social networking giant Meta, pharmaceutical corporation Johnson & Johnson, and Chevron were all removed from the list, along with Tesla. Meanwhile, Musk's takeover target Twitter and oil refiner Phillips 66 have been included. Okay, just in case you're still not convinced, here is why Tesla was cut out. According to the ESG Council, Tesla dropped out of the ranks after falling down the index compared to its worldwide industry counterparts. It was cited the car maker's lack of a low-carbon strategy and codes of business conduct as reasons for the drop, as well as allegations of racial discrimination and poor working conditions at one of its factories and the company's handling of deaths and injuries related to its driver assistance systems. The company's goal is to get as near to zero injuries as feasible and to become the safest plant in the car industry globally. Musk has said that the vehicle's autopilot feature makes them safer. While Tesla may be playing a role in removing gasoline-powered vehicles off the road, when considered through a broader ESG lens, it has lagged behind its contemporaries, Margaret Dorn added. Musk resorted to Twitter to express his displeasure with the announcement that the business has been dropped out of the S&P 500 ESG index. ESG is a swindle. Fake social justice warriors have weaponized it, he wrote. In subsequent postings, the internet mogul posted memes ridiculing the index's inclusion of 6 oil corporations and arguing that a strong ESG score equates to a company's cooperation with the socialist agenda. Certain industries have questioned the notion of ESG because it allows companies and investors to dodge scrutiny for socially harmful actions or investments. The world's biggest ESG-focused exchange-traded fund has approximately 3.1% of its assets invested in the oil and gas sector, the exact business that's hastening the climate catastrophe. Tesla's 2021 Effect Report stated that existing ESG assessment approaches are fundamentally flawed since they do not concentrate on the company's real-world impact on society and the environment. Hiro Mizuno, a Tesla board member, stated that current evaluations often overestimate the decrease of negative consequences while ignoring good benefits. Let's put it this way. Tesla's not opposing ESG investments, but rather encourages ESG grading to accurately assess a company's positive and negative impact. Current assessments often overestimate the decrease of negative consequences while underestimating the favorable ones. Although not all investors would agree with Tesla's exclusion from the index, the company's stock value may suffer as a result. It may compel some investors to liquidate their shares since funds benchmarked to the ESG index cannot retain the stock presently. Adding to investors' fears, Musk has recently dismissed suggestions that his planned $44 billion purchase of Twitter is diverting his attention away from Tesla. Musk's funding plans for the transaction have upset some Tesla shareholders since he has taken out a $6.25 billion loan secured by Tesla shares. He has sold more than $8.5 billion in Tesla shares to contribute to the transaction. Other investors are still interested in Tesla. Even after the S&P index decision, John Struer, head of Morgan Stanley's subsidiary Calvert Research and Management, mentioned that Tesla is still on his company's ESG indexes and that he believes Tesla has accepted the required ESG precepts. Now, to be perfectly clear on both sides' arguments, Elon Musk may have misinterpreted the definition of ESG. Many investors assume it's just concerned with the climate effects, but it's just another rating to promote certain companies over others. Who do you rather believe in this particular situation? Do you question Moody's and ESG on Tesla's decision? Or do you think those ratings are fair enough? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.